So I think we talked about this before. I tried hiring a VA when I was doing wholesaling real estate, and obviously just ruined the whole thing and messed it up, and it was too expensive and had to not do it anymore. But I know they can be really helpful, like especially if you go and find them yourself and train them. Like I used to start virtually, I think as it was called,
Yeah,
and
I
it
use
was just
them
probably
for a bit.
it's probably good, but it was really expensive, and I wasn't making enough money. So how did you find this VA? At least one of your VAs.
Yeah, so the first one, which is actually from Ryan Weimer, and
Mm,
well, I had went through all the same people you probably did, Start Virtual and a couple of different other ones, and started, stopped, didn't have a great experience, and then he was like, "Hey, we actually have an extra one right now." They had, got a couple, trained them, and so I was like, "Perfect." So I've had that person at least 3 years now. Now, that one is more money because, like, hired through him, I think I'm paying 10.50 an hour, and she's probably getting, I'm guess, half of that. So she's probably getting, like, $5 an hour, maybe $6 an hour.
and then he gets the other 5 or what?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's the
Huh.
beauty of VAs. If you buy, bring them in to somebody, train them,
Right.
there's usually a total rate of which, like, most of the goes to the person, but, you know, for 3 years, yeah, it's basically probably better than owning a single family rental because, let's see, if he's doing, let's just keep it simple. Let's say it's $5. He's making 200 a week, 800 a month just on this one person, right? So you can see how owning a VA company can be very lucrative.
Dude, does that make you wanna do that? Like, you could easily do
No,
that. No?
not
Too much
not
headache?
yet. No, not yet, for sure. Right now, I'm just focused on the ones that I have, keeping them productive and helping the business.
Yeah, and that you had to train them probably additionally to your stuff? Is that how that goes?
Exactly, yeah. More so the second one. The second one was actually, I was gonna use a company that was referred by the brokerage I'm at.
Okay.
But then I wrote in the contract that says, "If I source the person, then I don't have to stay with you,
Mhm.
um, in the long run." And the existing VA I had recommended this person, and
Okay.
it's been great. So I pay him, he's at $7 an hour, and it's gone, yeah, he's been putting in the hours in and helping out big time. So the
So it seems
goal
like
is to
word of
get,
mouth is the best way, because there's
yeah,
places you can go online, like Upwork, I'm sure probably has them or different online sites, but that seems a little more risky than, like, Ryan saying, "Here's a good one that I trained."
right. I mean, most people go to, I think it's like ph.jobs, something like that. So for Philippine jobs, you can, Upwork, sites like that. But if you know somebody who knows them, at least in my experience, it's been really well. And I pay a referral fee where they get a fee day one, and then if they make it past the 30 days, I pay the other half of it. So I paid VA one $200, $100 day one, and then $100 after
Mm,
30 days. And so they're incentivized to bring somebody in. So right now you know, we're in that, I need more business from the team to then support another person. So, but as soon as in my mind, if we can get 5 transactions a month consistently, then for 100%, we'll get that second VA.
mhm. Now, what do you think about the methodology of calculating your cost per hour or, like, the value per hour that your own time is, and then anything that's below that is what you would hire out? Do you use that at all, or is it more just based off of your business's income? Because I guess that might be for you personally, but these are for the business. Do you think about that at all?
I do. When there's a guy, Jay Scott from Bigger Pockets, if you know him,
Mhm.
he likes to talk about where you should be focusing on the high dollar per hour stuff,
Mm,
and you figure out what that number is. So, in a perfect world, like, I'm doing $1,000 an hour activity. That's talking to clients, talking to sellers, and social media, because that can translate to big chunks of money coming in.
yeah,
So anything that's not doing those, I should be moving off. Now,
yeah.
specifically the second VA, I was already paying a third party person in the US.
Mhm.
So what I was paying is for a transaction is on average about $500.
Yeah.
And if I do 3 transactions are now covered by this one person per month, it effectively, instead of paying somebody else, I get a full-time VA, but it's not all their entire job, you know?
Mhm.
So I basically I'm trading a US for a Philippines person that now I get extra hours to add towards the business.
And the work that they do, like the ones that had were cold calling for me. And it was an issue because their accent was kind of strong and they weren't necessarily doing it as good as I could have done it. And I didn't really have the income to justify giving that level of task to somebody else. And so, anyways, that I guess the job for them might have been above where they should have been at. Are you having them do like day to day, just like the one you have talking to me about the uploading the videos there? That's kind of just simple stuff. It's is it the more or less that?
So VA1 is 100% lead gen, like what you had. So
Yeah.
focused on talking to sellers, getting them to
Yeah.
tip from a cold lead to a warm lead, then it goes to the team.
Oh,
They're then
interesting.
trying to convert it to a physical appointment and then a contract.
Wow.
That's VA1. VA2, that 100% transactions. So they're doing transaction management for the agent business. They're doing property management stuff for me now that I brought the 11 units in Western Washington in-house. And then any other stuff that I have that I want them to work on.
Jeez. So the one Ryan gave you is the lead gen one. That's almost
Yeah.
worth paying a little bit more for. That's a pretty high
Yeah.
level of task, I think. You know what I mean?
So she's the reason why they get more, I'm paying him more than if I went direct is that when she's working with, there's a guy over there that trains all the VAs.
Yeah.
So consistently they're getting coached on, how to better write text, how to better do calls,
Mhm.
because it changes all the time. If you use the same text, the same time at a large scale, what ends up happening is that the numbers get blocked, and then um, you have to keep getting new numbers, and so they are always trying to figure out the best way to ask the same thing but differently to where it doesn't get flagged. And so
That that is so much.
they have a bunch of scripts that they're using, copy paste, plugging it in, and then responding to them. But they're getting trained on what's the motivation. Are you open to seller financing? What's your timeline? What do you think the home's worth? All that information they put into, then they move it from the system that they're tracking. We have one system for phone calls, one system for texting, then that goes into from there into the agent business that has a different CRM, which then gets assigned to somebody on the team, and then they're following up.
Mm, that's so interesting. Yeah, eventually you could have a team that does so much for you, or you could really remove yourself from the business. Like, kind of on that note, how are you managing your time with what you actually do as far as work goes? Are you working like 16-hour days every single day still, like just trying to grow, 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 expand, or do you try to like give yourself some enjoyment time still? Like obviously you go on cruises, but you're working 4 hours in the day. But how do
I'm
you
usually
balance that?
right now. It's more now. I would say in the last since I hired J Mark, that's the second VA.
Hmm.
The big change was that I was for 4 years I always just paid for this service for somebody to manage for me, and when I brought it in house, I had to learn how to do it and then train the VA how to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
So it took me the first couple weeks. We'd do something. I'd do a Loom video, show them how to do it, and then be one little thing every day that I'm handing off to them, right? And um, now I'm getting past the low level stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that I'm just keep the goal is just new stuff, training him on, and he's starting. We're getting into the second level stuff of like instead of me telling him what to do, I'm asking him what he thinks next step should be. And it helps me test where he's at, and then it's helping him learn how to piece things together. So, because the biggest value is when you get them from transactional into they can think about what's going on. And
Mhm.
so even like this week, the big thing for this week is like, okay, now we have a file that tracks all his tasks, and everybody on the team that needs something for a transaction goes here. Then there's a marketing, then there's my specific stuff, and we put those tasks in there. Then he's putting in each day what he's going to be working on, and then there's like different toggles. If it's complete, then I audit, and then I mark it. Then I basically hide the line as done. If it's not, I then put a note saying, "Here's the feedback," or it'll be like, "It's done, but I need to review it." Like, say for an example, for a marketing piece, I'll review it. If I like it, boom, done, post it.
Mhm.
And so when we get in the morning call, he's already gone through and said what he's going to work on for the day. Versus, at the very beginning, I would be like trying to figure out how to keep the business going, how to train him, and then say what to do. And like my basically everything was super slowed down, and I got super into the weeds. I'm trying to now pull back out of it, let him um, operate more on his own, so that I can then focus on getting more business, because the stuff that I'm helping him on is needs to be done. But if
Mhm.
I don't get the team to generate new business in the future,
Right, it's like
that's
the money-making activity more so.
right, right. Because we've been averaging 3 per month, and let's see, I think we have 3 for August, yeah. As of right now, we have 3 for August, but in today's world, we've seen, we have, 4 properties this year that we're on, 3 of them we already took 3 times to close it, meaning 2 buyers fell out and the 3rd one actually closed. Now, we have a property right now, it's the 3rd buyer again. So, like, we are selling more properties in general, but we're not closing more properties because
Mm.
there's just that many buyers that are falling through. So, we've probably had, let's see, just on those 4, that's 8. We're probably at least ten buyers that have fallen through. Let's see. So out of 27 properties that'll close through the end of August, there's been 10 that did not. So almost a third is falling through. Is that crazy?
Yeah, that's a lot. Is this like financing issues or anything, random stuff?
There's, one, the buyer quality is just finicky. So even if they're like, "Oh my god, I like the property," then when they actually are now have it under control, they're like, "Oh my god, I don't know if I wanna do this." There's those types of people. Then there's the people that have job change, supposedly. Then there's the people that lose jobs. Then there's the people that, said, and this is after us talking to the lender and, like, verifying, "Have you really checked their credit?" and all that. Then there's people that don't qualify, right?
Mhm.
They have a pre-approval that says they qualify, and then we get into it, and then they actually don't qualify. Whether they bought something they shouldn't have, or their credit changes or whatnot. But it's amazing how, everyone needs a pre-approval. That's supposed to give the seller some sort of certainty, and also the agent. But it's amazing how little it seems like those actually matter. Because we've had a lot of people fall through for financing that supposedly the lender is like, "Oh yeah, they're great. They're good to go," and they're not.
Well, they're incentivized to pre-approve people because that's their money, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the incentive game. They want you to believe they're good to go under contract to be able to try to make money and do the loan, right?
Mhm.
So it's so now we're trying to, like, okay, how do we actually ask the questions such that we know that we're not gonna run into an issue, So, like,
I almost need
it's
to
one of
get
those.
on the phone with them and be like, "What's your take home pay?" Like, after, like, taxes and insurance and benefits, how much goes in your bank account? And then what are your expenses? And then you look at it for 'em. You probably shouldn't buy this,
Exactly.
but you could. Alright, let's do it.
I know we were talking about like when you submit an offer, like how long have you been in your job, and then are you uh, is there a potential job change? Because we just had one where they're like, oh, we got moved from. So there's a local company here. They got moved from Tacoma, which is south, to the Everett location, which is north. You know,
Yeah,
the space between is over an hour,
yeah.
and I was like, yeah, what type of job and is it prone to being moved? You know, so we're trying to figure out like
It's a
all
good
these
thought, yeah.
questions we can ask to try to eliminate. It's just crazy how many these buyers are just flaky. Because like a year ago, my goal was like, man, if we could just get more listings, because then if you get a listing, some of these they're selling and then buying, right?
Yeah,
Or when you have a listing, you have open houses, you can attract buyers. What's happening now is that I have the most listings we've ever had, right? We'll have, after today, 6 on the market, but
yeah.
they have not been selling. So they're just kind of sitting there stagnant, right?
Some potential
So,
cash waiting to realize.
yeah. So, and the margin is not as great on the listings because you've got more cost for that versus on the buy side, it's you have more time, but the cost is not as much. So
Yeah,
we need
that's
to
such a
get more buyers in the pipeline to help balance it out.
yeah. Well, at least you're still transacting. A lot of people are just scraping to get anything, and you're still doing good. You got momentum, so that seems like you're still in a good spot. Just good problems to have.
Yeah, I heard the stat. I want to say it was like through first half of 26. I think it was 79% of agents did 0 deals. So there's
That's
the 80
insane.
20 rule, right? So 20% of the agents are doing, or 21% of the agents are doing all the volume.
That's crazy, man. That's kinda
Yeah.
how things are mostly in life, though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in, whatever it is, like what's another example of that? Um, like sales or, y you know,
Mhm.
in any competition, it's like the people that are the best are the ones that are getting most of the profit, or like even like the dating market, the top 10% of the guys are getting 80% of the choosing, Um, but that's just, that's why you gotta go all in on something. So you're definitely in
100%.
that you're probably in the top 1%.
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we'll have 27 transactions by the end of August.
Yeah,
And last year, I think we did 30. Now, some of our, even though we're doing more transactions, not necessarily more money, because we've added cost, we got more VAs and stuff.
yeah,
Um, but we have more listings. So the net that I'm making is lower, and the price, our average price has gone down. So we need to do more transactions to make the same amount of money. So
yeah,
these are all different things that go into running a business.
yeah, man. Hey, so I wanted to show you the airline peak performance group. I'm gonna probably change the name. Right now it's airline pilot performance, but I think this is actually kind of picking up some momentum here.
Yeah, I see. I just signed up. I see you
Yeah, I
have
saw that.
more
I'll
people
approve
posted,
that right now. There you go. You should be
and
on.
got 40 people in there. I love it.
It's like 10 people a day are signing up, and like all day long. Um, my phone's just getting blown up with like people asking to join because I'm DMing or posting on Facebook on different groups like at least 100 times a day, usually more. I try to go for 500 a day, and
Holy
it's just
crap!
like,
You just
I,
That's amazing,
yeah, I'll show you my Facebook messages. It's like these are all people just asking to join.
dude. You've got the niche.
Yeah, it's like it just keeps going. That's not even it yet. It's like
Is that one day,
no, that's a few days. So that's just people DMing me, but then oh, look at that. I even missed one. There's somebody there wanting to sign up that I didn't see. Where are they?
dude?
But yeah, so like a lot of them will ask and I'll send a link and then they won't read it. So then I go back and then say, "Hey, free for the first 100 members, so, like sign up and I'll approve you and you'll be in right away." and then they sign up later. So it's like, yeah, there's like and these are just complete strangers. Like this, the other Get Well, the one we're in right now, that one had pretty much mostly people I know. Like I was just cold texting my friends and people like, "Hey, please sign up for this." Like, almost out of
Yeah,
pity, I think people are kind of like getting involved. It's not as clear of like of a niche, kind of like you're saying. It's just kind of more vague, and I don't know. I still, it's really interesting to me, but I'm having a hard time like converting with this. But with this, I'm like, hey, I'm an airline captain, and there's like a bunch of student pilots and commercial pilots and stuff that are like, oh, there's credibility there. Like, and then it's also fitness and meal prep. So every day I post a really good meal prep recipe. So there actually is a good reason to join. And there's a thing called airline advice where I'll answer questions from an airline captain within 24 hours. And so I think there's like a really good little thing here. So I was going to share my screen. Let's see
yeah,
here. And so I'm going to try to get this to like a few hundred. So here's another one. Look at that. Pilot entrepreneur mentor. Boom. Approved. 42 people now. So they come in there. I have this just sitting up here, but I have 5 people that I'm doing coaching for already for free. And it's like a tournament or a competition. So whoever has the best transformation gets $1,000. So they're all super motivated and they're doing really well. I share an Excel spreadsheet with them. They put everything on the spreadsheet. I've already done an onboarding call where I walk them through how to track your macros, how to know what your maintenance is, what your calorie goal should be. Anything below that, you'll lose weight. 1 gram of protein per pound of goal body weight. And so they're all like eating high protein meals with a 10 grams to 100 calorie ratio, and they're all losing weight. And it's freaking awesome. And there's a part of the challenge is they have to be active in the community. So every day they're doing like daily check-ins and posting their steps and their weight and their the workout they did. I'm posting a workout every day, so they're kind of tracking along with that. And then they're updating their spreadsheet, and then they're all going to give me testimonials and stuff and video testimonials and texts, and then I'm going to use their photos to run ads. So it'll be like 40 days from now, and then with those photos I'll run ads, and that will be when I turn this into the paid community. So hopefully there'll be a few hundred people in there, so it'll look like kind of like this vibrant thing that's a lot of people are interested in. And then when I get on these calls, I'm going to try to sell a high ticket option where it's like, um, you know, a coaching program for 3 months or whatever. I don't know what I'm going to price it yet, but then if they say no, I'm reading this book called $100 Million Money Models, Alex Hermosi. You've heard of that?
yeah,
Really good stuff. And it's like super helpful for this specifically because everything he does is like fitness based. So like I
right.
can literally copy paste almost what he's like telling to do in these like these little like offers and money models. He walks through like down sells and stuff. So I'll try to down sell and payment plans and throw in stuff or whatever. And then if they like the blast down sell would be like you can still get a lot of the benefits without the one-on-one coaching. And I'm going to have a 45-day challenge in here, and this will be like a paid version, so they can get the cookbook, they can do the 45-day challenge, they can participate in the check-ins, and I think I can make it worth like 10 or 20 bucks a month. So then everybody that says no, hopefully I can downsell into that, and that's where I'm at. But I think I'm going to make money on this one, dude.
Proof of concepts there, man. I'm excited for you. The fact that you have that many people, and I saw your post on there because like the one where you had the before and the
Oh
after,
yeah. Hmm.
and I'm sure that boom, click, 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 you're probably getting, and you're not even doing ads yet, are you? You're
No,
just,
no ads, just cold
yeah,
DMing.
yeah. Wait, I mean, if you turned on the ad spend, oh man, you'd get hundreds a day probably.
That would be crazy. Yeah, I'm holding off. I'm trying to go through the right process. Like I don't want to skip any steps. I read the other book, $100 Million Leads. Like all his books are so good. But he was talking about first it's cold outreach, and then once you've exhausted that, then it's warm outreach, then cold outreach, and then paid ads is kind of the way he was saying to do it. But I think it helps validate your offer if you do cold and you can not spend money while you're kind of working the kinks out. And then that also works out when I'm done with this challenge where I'll have the some good progress pictures, some testimonials. I can run ads, and yeah, and then then it's just about figuring out what price and everything like that. So, but then I can finally start making some money. I feel like I do have enough. Like with this community, unless it's like an angle of building a media company, it's hard to know like what to offer. Like if I could build this up and be able to put ads on this and get subscribers and brand deals and stuff, that's one way to do this. The other way would be try to offer something, and that's a little less clear to me. Whereas this is like transformation before and after. This is what I'm selling you. I know what work, and I can like quantify the amount of work I can do each day for this. So that's kind of motivating for me right now. But no,
Yeah, man, I love it. Yeah, and the you can parlay more people into your get wealth, because you
exactly.
have the once they're in the inner circle type side, you're going to connect with them. Obviously, assuming they're all pilots, they're going to
Yeah,
have money, so then they can
exactly.
slide into that other one as well. What do you
And
think? You're saying you're looking at changing the name of it?
well, there's somebody else with the name Airline Pilot Performance. It's not a fitness community, but I'm not sure the legality with that. I didn't. I'd rather just change it now instead of having them like send me a letter or something one day like, "Hey, I had this first." So I was just gonna change the name maybe to Airline Peak Performance, but I got to look into that more.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those like from on my side, airline and pilot are the same thing.
Oh,
So you could just drop airline and just call it
yeah,
pilot fitness or pilot performance or something.
that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. That's a little bit redundant. Airline Pilot. Yeah, cool.
I guess
That's a good
I
idea.
mean airline. I think of obviously bigger, instead of the smaller puddle jumper ones.
Right.
But most most people probably think it's at least the non pilots. I think of it as the same.
Yeah, it's just a pilot. Yeah. Hmm. That's a good thought. I appreciate that. So,
I'm
but yeah,
excited for
gonna
you
try to
because
make
you've
some
been
money.
putting you put the get wealth, the number of videos and consistency is amazing. If you do now, you're doing that same thing on this fitness one, but now you're seeing the takeoff.
And I
And
think it's because it's the credibility aspect of it. You know what I mean?
yeah, because you're already doing it.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing I heard Alex Hormozy say was like, use what you have. Like, what are your unfair advantages? Like, I've already spent six figures on student loans to go to school to become a pilot and
Yeah,
pass the check rides and become an airline captain. Like, that's something that's you know not everybody has. And then the fitness thing. Like, there's some statistic that's like more people less people have abs than are millionaires or something like that. You know what I mean? So like if you're fit, that can be some sort of credibility as well. So I don't know. I'll
yeah,
try to combine those things, but yeah, we'll
that's
see, man.
awesome.
And then I think I'm gonna do, which is like a little bit more of a mental hurdle for me, but making some content on like Instagram and stuff, just basically kind of like yapping to the camera in a way, talking about being an airline pilot or fitness, and use that as a way, have maybe like a DM me this to get the link sort of a deal if people are interested in, either of the things in there, being an airline pilot or fitness or anything. So we'll see how it goes, man. Just keep chipping away at it.
Yeah, the more the day in the life, I think that would make the most sense because like the working out in the hotel, the
Yeah.
eating in the hotel has to be the hardest part because you're never in the same spot. I guess maybe if you're hubbing in Chicago or something like that, but it's always hard because you're different time zone, different airport, different food, different hotel.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, you should check out some of these meal preps I got in there. Most of these I've made myself, or like as I'm putting them, it's like currently what I
Mhm.
made. And there's some really good recipes in there. I kind of like pick and choose from different places that I've got recipes from, and I'm compiling them. And so some of them are
Mhm.
more like just really simple stuff, like a cup of cottage cheese with a scoop of protein, a banana, half a banana, and a tablespoon of peanut butter. The banana like mixes really well into the cottage cheese, and it's like this ice cream peanut butter flavored thing. It's crazy how good it tastes, but it's 400 calories and 56 grams of protein. Macros are really good. So stuff like
Dang.
that are just simple, you know.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
The
Oh, yeah,
cookbook's not
nutrition
completely
AI.
updated. Yeah, if you go on the meal prep idea category, you'll see
Uh-huh.
them all there.
Oh, under more, let's see. There he is. Oh, I love it, man.
Yeah, some of those are
And this is
pretty.
all you're doing all this. So you have do you have did you say the cookbook's already done and you're just putting one page at a time in there?
Yeah, the last few recipes aren't in there, but yeah, there's a place to download the cookbook. So eventually that'll be like a full, really big, detailed cookbook. But I'm still working on that. I got a 9-hour plane ride tonight, so maybe I'll chip away at that more.
Nice. Well, when you're I guess I don't know. So when you're doing 9 hours, are you the pilot or are you the
No,
co-pilot?
we're going to Mallorca, so this is just
Oh,
vacation.
yeah. Okay.
No, I
Yeah,
don't do 9
Mallorca.
hours yet. I
Yeah,
wish. Yeah, that's
Mallorca is
the
pretty nice.
You been there?
Yeah, let's see. I think yes, because I went there last year. I was on a cruise on Virgin um,
Okay.
cruise line. Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah, it's
remember.
my
I'm
favorite place.
looking at pictures from there to see if I remember. But it sounds familiar in terms of.
Palma de Mallorca is like the main city. So my wife's parents have a place on the other side of the island, and they know all the local spots. It's a really chill. Ibiza is the one everybody knows usually, or at least in America, everyone knows Ibiza because of the partying and all that. But a
Yeah,
lot of Mallorca is really German and Spanish, obviously. But yeah, it's so nice there. We're really excited to go.
that's
I've been
interesting because I have a friend that was thinking about selling their house and moving there permanently, like
not a
geo
bad move.
arbitraging.
We
Yeah,
we kind of dream a little bit, man. Like one day that'd be cool. It's really nice. But, yep. So we got a lot of packing to do in today and stuff. I'm actually kind of running short on time here. My wife's probably getting ready to bust the door down, so I should probably get going.
all right. Well, next week I'm out as well, so
Okay.
um, I'll be back. I'm doing my guys golf trip to Salt
Oh,
Lake
let's
or
go.
Park City, Utah next week.
Okay. Yeah, we can just do the next week after that, and then we'll stay in touch. So cool, man. Have a good
That's good.
trip.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
See you.